What's going on, guys? Rob-A here, and today we're looking at Kre-O Transformers Optimus Prime versus Megatron. Now these are the Kre-O Battle Changers figures, and I picked them up at my local Marshall's store for like $7 or something like that. There might even be a price tag on here still. But it's got 198 pieces, and as you can see, you get Optimus Prime and, of course, Megatron, both in one set. And like I said, they are the Battle Changer figures, so you get Prime, you get Megatron, and you get Optimus Prime's trailer, which looks fine. So these are not the same as the previous Kre-O building sets where you'd build the giant robot, you'd take it apart, and then you build the vehicle. These are all in one kind of thing. They're smaller. They're based off of the Kreon bodies, as you can see up here, and then you add the extra pieces, and they actually transform, although it's a very, very simplified, very basic transformation. So we'll see how that actually kind of pans out in the grand scheme. But so this is what we're working with, and yes, you can see my price tag still on there, $7.99, and all that. So hopefully if you have a Marshalls or a TJ Maxx in your own area, or Ross or things like that, you might be able to find these guys and pick them up at a much reduced cost, which would be pretty cool. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and pop these open, and we're going to check them out in just a moment. Alright guys, so here are Battle Changers, Optimus Prime, and Megatron. Let's take a look, I guess, at Megatron first here. Arguably the weaker of the two. Here, let's move Optimus out of the way here. Let's put him right off to the side. So we've got Megatron. He is a tank, as you can see, and he actually does have little wheels hidden under here, only in the front here. Otherwise he's just kind of gliding on these two little plates. But you can see, I mean, Megatron is all crunched up there. Let's get this little front end bit. And the turret, of course, moves back and forth. It doesn't really go up or down, but it does swing back and forth. You've got a decent range of motion. The arms do get in the way a little bit, but it's really not bad. You can still move around pretty well, and it does roll just fine, no problem, as long as it's on, you know, a smooth surface. You can get Megatron to kind of glide around there, which is pretty cool, and it's, you know, it's not terribly noticeable that he's got, you know, just straight up wheels. So I mean, the tank mode is just kind of a blob of gray, and weirdly enough, the gray bricks already look like they're starting to yellow, which I don't know. I think that's just maybe the Kre-O coloring that they use, but the whatever plastic. But it's a bit unsightly. I would have liked to see maybe a nicer gray used, is all I can say there. But transformation is obviously very, very simple. We're just going to pop the weapon off. This is going to become Megatron's blaster here. And we're just going to detach these bits, which are going to separate the legs and the arms. And the instructions have you actually, so here we go. We're going to straighten the legs out here. And I'll show you a couple of different things. So the instructions have you turning the, rotating the torso like so. And then these become the fronts of the legs. And you flip the feet out. And then there you go. I actually prefer to leave the torso turned around, so that's what we're going to do for the review, because I just like the larger kind of knees sticking out. I think it just looks better, plus you get these little bars here, which kind of look better as feet than just the little these little skinny bits hanging out. So I think it looks just better like that, with the curve of the tank bit going back like so. So I'm gonna leave it like that. You can do whatever you like. It's your figure when you know, if you pick it up, whatever. But then of course you just rotate the arms around like so. Rotate the helmet on his head, and then this bit just kind of hangs freely at his back. But it's kind of decent. It looks like, you know, a jetpack or something like that. So it works. It works. And Plus, I think the knees in the front help balance out this very elongated jetpack. Otherwise, you'll have essentially like this all sticking out back as well. And I just think it looks a little bit better like this. And then, of course, you take the blaster and you can just plug it onto his forearm here to give him that iconic Megatron arm cannon. So there is Megatron. And he's actually decent. I'll show you a close-up of his torso with it's like a battle damaged torso, his face, and then he's got these bits down here which have more battle damage and scarring, things like that. So it actually works out pretty well, and you get a lot more silver in robot mode, which I think looks a lot better than the gray. I think I would have actually preferred like just all silver and maybe some dark gray added in just for detailing, but it works. Articulation is pretty standard for these guys. You know, the head swings back and forth. You've got the ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbows. You got the clip hands, ball-jointed hips and knees, of course. And he can stand up just fine. Here he is with Battle Changer's Hound. So he is taller than Hound. He is larger overall than Hound, so that works out pretty well, I think. And that is Megatron. And of course, you know, his blaster. Pretty cool. So, on to Optimus Prime. We'll just bring him in. And this version does come with the trailer. I don't think the single version of Prime, because this is sold separately as well as together, I guess. I haven't seen the separate ones, but in the instructions, it kind of shows the different characters you can buy, and it does show Prime as a separate set with no trailer. So I don't know if this is exclusive to this 2-pack or what, but pretty good deal for $7.99 in my opinion. Anyway, we can remove the trailer here, and it's just an empty box, and on top of being empty, these back end don't even, the back ends on the panels, side panels, don't even plug onto anything. They're just kind of there. But you do have a nice bit of room here in the trailer itself. You can even stick Prime's blaster when he's in vehicle mode to kind of get that out of the way. And then you've got that going on. So there you go. Other than that, the trailer doesn't really do anything. You could, you know, mock your own roller or whatever, but other than that, it's just a box, some stickers on it. But, you know, it's a cool accessory. And we'll just put that off to the side, and we'll grab the blaster because we'll be using that momentarily. Here is Prime's vehicle mode. And it's, you know, I mean, obviously, it's, you know, a Kre-O character all mashed up into a vehicle form, but I think with the way they use the panels, kind of works. Like it's decent enough. It gets the idea across. If anything, I would have maybe liked to see some headlights put in there as well, but I know that might be a little bit of an ask for sure. But he rolls fine, no problems there. And yeah, you can see he's got the little trailer hitch, which it's cute. But it does a decent enough job of hiding that there is a robot in here. The head is kind of exposed. You can bring this up and over like so, but I think that kind of, you know, adds that big lump there. I think it looks a little bit better with just the blue kind of showing across the top, because then it even, you know, looks a little bit more G1A. But anyway. So to transform Optimus, it's got a lot of stuff going on with his shoulders, but what we're going to do here is we're going to actually unclip the legs. There you go. Unclip the legs there. Bring them down like so. Move the trailer hitch in there. Flip the feet out forward. And this is like the only figure that I've handled so far where you don't have to flip the torso around, which is good. And then want to go ahead and swing these open, revealing Prime's head, of course. You can see that. This is just his chest. It would have been nice to have some detailing here, just to, you know, give a little bit more detail to the chest, but it's not that big a deal. We're going to take this bit, and you can flip this down and around. You can just leave it up if you want. It really doesn't make a difference. whatever works best for you, honestly. And then the shoulders, we are going to flip the wheels up like so, and then rotate the shoulders around until the Autobot symbol is facing out like so. And then you've got his arms, flip forward, and there you have Optimus Prime in robot mode. He's got some crazy big shoulder pads going on here. And you can give him his blaster. And yeah, he's decent enough. I mean, they bulk out his chest, and it's really big and really silly looking, but it kind of works to balance out these huge shoulder pads that he's got. And you know, I mean, it works. It works enough, I guess is what I should say. Yeah, Optimus Prime has had many iterations over the years, and some of them are really bulky and some of them less so, but here he is with Megatron. Prime is a little bit shorter, actually, than Megatron, which I think is fine, and just a little bit taller than Hound as well. So, I mean, it works out on a Kre-O scale. I think it works just fine, and, you know, he is posable enough. His thighs are a bit slim. You could probably get away with just putting some, you know, flat studless plates on his thighs just to fill those out a little bit, and that would probably be just fine. It shouldn't harm the transformation, I don't think. So you could do that, but I mean, he's got all the same articulation. His hips are ball jointed. They are blocked a little bit by the chest piece, but not. I mean, you know, I don't know how much articulation you really need out of these guys, but he does have nice deep knees here. He's got the shoulders on the ball joints. He's got the elbows. The head, of course, can rotate and stuff like that. So, I mean, it works, and it's a neat little set, I gotta be honest, and especially at the price that I paid for it, you know, $7 or $8. These guys are, I mean, they're fun. They were quick little builds. Nothing really annoying or too terrible. They're too small to really feel repetitive. And, I mean, the transformations are very simple, very basic, and pretty rough. But they're interesting enough that it, like, I don't know, they're just cute little things to kind of mess around with, have on your desk, and just look kind of neat. So I'm actually quite pleased with these. And like I said in the Hound review, it's a real shame that these waited so long to come out in the life of Kre-O, that it's kind of the last gasp, as it were. So I don't know, who knows, maybe Kre-O will make a huge resurgence, but for now, this may be all you get. So if you can find these locally, go for it, totally. They're fun. If you can get it for cheap, even better. And if you really like how they look, I don't feel badly about recommend picking them up, because they are solid little builds. The ball joints are nice and tight. Everything feels good and solid. Nothing feels terrible. So yeah, pretty cool. Battle Changers, Optimus, Megatron. So that is going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the review, please leave a like. It does really help me out. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I may have more Kre-O coming soon. I'm going to look locally for the rest of those sets, and if I can find them, I will definitely pick them up and review them for you here. But in the meantime, thank you very much again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.